Hi, I'm Daniel. This channel features historical photos, carefully chosen and edited to tell untold stories. Stay till the end. One of the last images is rare and almost never seen. Muhammad Ali, then Cassius Clay, tries and fails to lift ex-champion Johnny Coulon, the unliftable man. Chicago, 1961. Two ladies ride in an early car model. The picture was published in an automobile magazine. Vienna, Austria, 1900. Freddie Mercury was a student at London's Ealing Art College when he started writing Bohemian Rhapsody in 1968. Grand Duke Kirill Vladimirovich Romanov, a disputed heir who declared himself Emperor of Russia in 1924. The Swedish band ABBA in Warsaw in front of the Palace of Culture and Science. Photo from 1976. Telephone exchange employees in New York, 1896. Catherine Bach from the Dukes of Hazzard, 1980s. A worm vending machine, 1957. Robert Redford and Paul Newman in The Sting, 1973. Women walk down the street and catching stares of the passing people due to them wearing pants. Australia, November of 1946. The Howard Law School graduating class, around 1900. Crimea, 1943. One of the last photos of quiet life before the deportation of the Crimean Tatars. Russian soldier sticks out his tongue for a photo, circa 1990. The Admiral Telebar. This cost $895 in 1951. Four ladies posing for a photo in 1968. Jane Seymour, 1970s. An elderly German Volkssturm member holds his outdated Mannlicher rifle, issued to him, October 1944. A hippie at Woodstock, 1969. Claude Debussy in 1902. Mr. and Mrs. Roy King, 1937, of Salt Lake City, Utah. Note the electric toaster on the left side of the table. Hollywood star German Shepherd Rin Tin Tin dines in his Sheraton hotel room. Chicago, 1956. (1920s) photo of Abdul Mecid II, last head of the Ottoman dynasty and final widely recognized caliph. The 49th star added to the American flag when Alaska joined the Union, 1958. A woman operating the first potato vending machine in Britain. Chelsea, 1962. A group of ladies walking down the street to Atlantic City Beach, at the time a segregated beach, 1950s. Tulsa twins, Betty and Barbara Bounds, 1947. Danny Thomas with his daughter, Marlo Thomas, on the set of the television show That Girl, 1967. Jane Mansfield having dinner with her mother Vera Jeffrey in the late 1950s. An open-air school in 1957, the Netherlands. Eric Satie in 1895. Vonetta McGee on the set of Blackula, 1972. Boys listening to their crystal radio receiver, complete with headphones, 1920s. Railroad handcar work crew in the late 19th or early 20th century. Note lunch pails on the car and the American Express office. A family in their trailer home at Glen L. Martin Trailer Village. A Farm Security Administration housing project in Middle River, Maryland, 1943. French knife grinders, 1902. Teenagers pushing a Ford Model T to get it started, their favorite ride that could carry up to 12 friends as they head out to a football game, 1944. Almost Live, Seattle sketch comedy group, 1984 to 1999. Fifth Avenue, Manhattan, New York City. Easter Sunday, April 1972. Braniff International Airline flight attendant uniforms, designed by Emilio Pucci, 1966. Martin Luther King's speech, August 28, 1963. Rocco Camage, the window washer of the World Trade Center at work in August 1994. Motorcycle chariots at New South Wales Police Carnival, 1936. Railroad overpass at the Bingham Mine, USA, 1914. (1964) GM Firebird IV, an experimental concept car. Bathysphere, the world's first deep-sea exploration vessel, 1930s. An American family in front of their home, early 1900s. The Great Depression, a sign of the times, 1932. Photo credit, Fred Zinnemann. 15-year-old Ned Parfit selling newspapers announcing the Titanic tragedy, London, 1912. Members of Pamper House in Midtown Manhattan applied cosmetics in the club's makeup nooks, 1952. James Stewart, 1938. Robert Redford, 1970s. In Tomorrowland, Disneyland, California, July 1966. New York City cabs being repaired, 1944. Walt Disney shaking hands with actor Robert Taylor, 1938. A woman in the early 1900s. Quality control of yesteryear, 1965. Truck driver Robert Newher and his family gathered around their television set. In 1949, Andrew Goodman standing at the foot of a staircase, circa 1962. Inside a General Electric laboratory, 1937. Robert Englund, Kevin Peter Hall, and Ron Perlman posing together, 1988. Phone booth stuffing took off all over the world in the late 1950s. Stalin, Churchill, and FDR meeting at the Yalta Conference, 1945. (1946) Margaret Zimmerman balancing on a tightrope over the ruins of Cologne. Martin Scorsese giving directions to Michael Jackson on the set of Bad, 1986. In the 1930s, Kentucky had the Pack Horse Library Project that delivered books throughout the Appalachian Mountains. The ship Queen Elizabeth arrives at the port of New York. On board are soldiers returning from World War II, 1945. Japanese-American citizens work in the fields of Tule Lake Relocation Center, California, 1942. The flags of Zanzibar and Kenya were added to the 111 flags in front of the United Nations headquarters on December 16, 1963. Jane Russell and Marilyn Monroe writing their names in the wet cement in front of the Chinese Theater, Hollywood, California, June 26, 1953. Planting the ivy at Wrigley Field, Chicago, 1937. Yugoslavia's new leader, Josip Broz Tito, at his office in Belgrade, 1947. Paul Robeson submits "We Charge Genocide" to the UN in New York, accusing the U.S. of systemic racism, 1951. 1934 meeting of the Mladoraci, a Russian exile group that promoted a mix of monarchism and communism under the motto Tsar and the Soviets. Motorola Dynatac 8000X, the first mobile phone in the world, launched in 1983. Athens, Greece, 1869. The Ambassador Hotel, 1960, Los Angeles, California. Note the beautiful 1960 Chevy. Hotel Astor Automobile Salon, New York, 1918. Paul Newman in Venice, 1963. Monorail, Crossing the English Channel, an illustration for the sci-fi novel The War in the Air by H.G. Wells, 1908. Ice delivery during the Great Smog of London, 1919. Kitten Navidad, an American actress, model, and dancer, 1970s. The elevator at the first level of the Eiffel Tower during its construction. Kurt Cobain, 1990. Party at Romanoff's in Beverly Hills, Los Angeles, 1959. Chicago car elevator, 1936. Notre Dame on a snowy evening, Paris, 1953. They built some tough trucks back then. A 1915 GMC hauling timber. Test pilot George Aird, flying an English Electric Lightning F1, ejected from his aircraft at a mind-blowingly low altitude in Hatfield, Hertfordshire, September 13. Houses for the Atomic Age, an all-concrete blast-resistant house. Ad from 1955. A technician doing maintenance on the electromechanical telephone switches in the Telephone Exchange building at East 30th Street, New York City, 1938. Market Street, San Francisco, after the earthquake of 1906. Robert Redford, sitting by the Thames River, 1973. The last photo of a Barbary lion was taken 101 years ago in 1924. Ford Model T assembly line, 1920s. Ice Cube and Eazy-E, Kemper Arena, Kansas City, 1989. Victoria Harbor, Hong Kong, July 1980. On board the Imperator Alexander, 1906. The official surrender of Japanese forces in Hong Kong. Vice Admiral Ruitaro Fujita signs the Instrument of Surrender at Government House, September 16, 1945.